Okay, I'm waiting for the first people to join the room. And I know it's a little bit late again. Hi, whoever's here. You're first tonight, Lauren. Welcome. Hi, Myra. I had gotten a phone call from my brother, and he had just gotten back from a European vacation. Hi, Carol. So I was on the phone with him for a little while. It got me a little bit delayed tonight. It was nice talking to him. He's the one that used to call me every single night after I came home from the hospital and for months and months afterwards. So it was really wonderful talking to him and getting a chance to kind of catch up. So he had a great trip. They go to, oh, hi, Denise. They go to Italy pretty much every year. And my nephew took some beautiful, beautiful shots there. As a matter of fact, my brother told me he put some of them up on Facebook today. So I'll try to see if I can pull some of them and I can show them to you next time. Yeah, I mean, my brothers, both of them get to travel a lot. It's really nice. My other brother just got back he went to Poland and then he went to Vienna, and they loved Vienna. So that was great. Hi, Susan. Nice to see you. So I'm hoping we can kind of catch up. I have to tell you, I have to tell you once again, I mean, I am seeing every new movie that comes out. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's okay. I won't either, Lauren, but I hear about it through them and they enjoy it, so it's all good. Um, I saw Downton Abbey this week and I really enjoyed it very much. I don't know if any of you saw it, but it was a great movie. I mean, they had the series on, but it was nice seeing the movie. It was so well done. The acting was so good that it was a pleasure to see. Yeah, did you like it? I thought it was just wonderful. So I think I've pretty much seen everything that's come out lately. Yeah, it was wonderful. It's a long story, but I wound up seeing it twice. Um, I think Downton Abbey it's about the king and queen's visit. So Downton Abbey is this home and they come to visit. Oh, Judy hasn't come there yet. Yeah, you definitely are going to want to see that when it comes out. And also, I don't recall if you had seen the one with Linda Ronstadt. I think it was called In My Own Voice. So that was really good as well. I think, maybe we'll try to see some shows, some actually live performances, which would be nice. It's been a long time since I've done that. Actually made me want to, um, it made me want to act again. And I haven't thought about that in a long, long time. So that was interesting. I think that could be fun. It's kind of going whole circle, it's coming back to where I started in this life. I began my early years acting and kind of having the desire again, kind of out of the blue, is interesting for me. But yeah, I think I might get a kick out of that if I could remember my lines these days. It's a little bit different than doing it when you're young and when you can remember everything. So it is what it is. I have to tell you, I had gotten a notification on one of the dating sites that oh, thanks a lot, Susan. Oh, hi, Rosanna. Nice to see you. Yes, absolutely. Um, One of the dating sites, I had heard somebody was interested in me or whatever it was, and it just brought me to another profile that I wound up reading. And I have to tell you, I literally was laughing out loud. And I said, this guy has the best sense of humor that I have seen in a very, very long time. I mean, he had many, many very funny things to say. the sort of off the top of my head, one of them was that the only club that he goes to is Costco. And then he said, does anybody want to share 100 rolls of toilet paper? And another line that he used was that, yes, you certainly can look for that great passion or what. And of course, I am extrapolating here. Hi, it's nice to see you, Ange. I will tell you the story about the dinner the other night. But he was saying that you can look for that spark and that passion and all of that. He said, but it's important to know which side of the bed you you need to finally fall asleep on, and because that could be a deal breaker kind of thing. He had funny lines, so he gave me a good laugh. Yeah, let me get back to the dinner that I went to the other night, and we were having a really nice chat, and there were people there, some of whom I had known before and some of whom I had not. So it's always, I love having conversation with new people and getting to know new people. So it's always interesting to me. The topic came around to dating and the dating situation between men and women at this stage of life and about how things work. And, there was some talk about, well, the usual topic that comes up, the difference between men and women, possibly at this stage. Hi, it's nice to see you here. Um, and one of the women had mentioned that there was a guy who she had met and who had been interested in her, and she went out with him a few times. And then one day he brought her a present. And when she opened the present, she was horrified, actually. He got her a couple of nighties. And yeah, that sort of made her decide that she really didn't want to see him anymore. And what he had said to her at that point was that he would like to take her to the mall and he would like to buy her a diamond ring. And she had actually been to his home because he wanted to show it to her. He was widowed and he was very lonely, and he said his wife only died recently, so he was very lonely, and he brought her to the house to show her what a beautiful home he had and all of that. And he said that he wanted to take her to the mall and buy her a diamond ring. And she stopped seeing him because she said it was very strange and she was totally uncomfortable with the entire situation. Well, she wound up running into an old friend not too long after that, and she started to hear the story about this guy who was so wonderful and so generous and all of that. And it turns out that her friend wound up going out with the same guy and getting to walk down that same road. So I thought it was really funny that these two women who knew each other got to meet this one guy who decided the way to a woman's heart was through Victoria's Secret. So it's interesting, all the people that you meet and the things that you learn along the way. So, but I have to tell you, for me, as I've said to you before, having chosen to go out and interact with people and have a social life was one of the best things that I have done for myself, because I think it's so important to have a social life. Oh, did it really? Oh, that's funny, Myra. That is really funny. Something similar happened to you. That's hilarious. But yeah, I think that when you are going through difficult times, and a lot of people do, they do at any stage of life, but certainly as you get older and the things that you have to deal with as an older person. I don't know if I have a spot on my face or if it's something on the phone. Exactly. exactly. We're only separated by 7 people. Yeah, there is a close interaction so many times in so many ways. My brother was telling me tonight, Myra saying that the guy that she met was a Border Patrol officer that was dating nurses in her town. Healthcare is a small community. Okay. So he was dating a couple of the nurses that you knew. I think, once again, to go back to my story in the meanwhile, I think for all of us, no matter what situation we're in, for the people who are married out there, he was also dating your coworker. Nice. Isn't that fun? Reminds me of a line from the movie The Intern with where the young guy says to Robert De Niro's character that, how did he know that he was sleeping with her, her roommate? He didn't know that it was her roommate. Well, he was seeing the one woman, and, hi, Sandy. So, yeah, I mean, but to get back to it, I think it's really important to have some kind of social life, whether it's with your girlfriends, whether it's with your husband and other couples, whatever it is. He was on Border Patrol duty. So it it's very easy to become more and more isolated the older we get. My brother was telling me about some of his patients. My brother's a psychologist, and he was just saying that it's difficult for people as they get older, no matter what their station in life is or has been, no matter how successful they might have been, they still have to deal with issues as they get older, and sometimes illness invade invades their space and their lives, and sometimes it's just being alone for whatever reason. And a lot of my friends talk about feeling very alone, even though they are in long-term relationships. So all of it really is a huge factor, and you really want to do whatever it takes to keep yourself out there and part of a world that keeps spinning, even as we sometimes feel that we don't. So I think that's really important for us to do. I have been really busy. I've been very busy with the house. I've been trying to get some things ready. I've shown you a couple of little vignettes of things that I have worked on. Today I was working on the living room upstairs, and I need to work through a few more of those rooms. Sandy was saying my brother was here tonight. We talked about our birth certificate. You think you're adopted? No parents were listed. Oh, that's funny. I remember seeing my birth certificate years ago. I have it put away somewhere in the house. And yeah, so long ago. So many years have gone by since then. So let me know what's happening in all your lives. Is there anything new and exciting happening for the group or anybody in the group? Yes? Just hospital. Oh, that's funny. You may have famous parents. Listen, I mean, you have a famous family anyway. Aren't those monkey candles great? I love them. I absolutely love them. I bought them. I have a thing for monkeys, clearly. I bought them a number of years ago. It's in a great verdigris finish. And of course, like those banana leaves holding up the candle. So I really like it. And it's interesting looking at all the old stuff and needing to part with a lot of that. Right, right. Sam Jaffe. Yeah, I almost had, I don't know if, well, if anybody will remember this, there was an old actor in the Jewish theater in New York many, many years ago. His name was Eli Mentz. Well, apparently my aunt had a relationship with him for a long time, and he easily might have been part of my family. So, yeah, once again, it's those, what is it, 6 degrees of separation? Yeah. I find myself extremely tired tonight, actually. I got very little sleep the last 2 nights. Night before last, I was kind of upset. Denise is saying my daughter and fiance going to get married by a judge in North Dakota. We're going up there, meeting new in-laws, stressed. Oh, wow, wow. Yeah, that is definitely interesting. It all goes way too fast. And I keep saying that to everybody who's got young people in their worlds, whether it's children or grandchildren or whatever. You blink and they're grown up. Yeah. Mm, yeah. I actually was, a long story, but I was actually looking at real estate in Florida the past couple of days because of something that had come up through a friend. So I was just looking to see some of the stuff. And it's interesting. They have some nice places there that are not crazy expensive, but they are not pet friendly, as it turns out, a lot of these places. So that becomes a major issue. Um, wow, I am really, really knocked out. He's in the military? Well, that's practical. That really is practical. Yep. Wow. That's the second time today I had like a little twinge in my chest. Um, I think I need more sleep. You got the iPhone 11? That's funny. His dad has brainstem cancer. Oh, that's awful, Denise. I'm really sorry to hear that. That makes it so difficult. Yeah. Um, yeah, I'm working with a non malignant. Wow. But I would imagine on the brainstem it's got to be delicate anyway, I would think. But that's, wait a minute. Non malignant. I thought you said he had, okay, just a tumor. Oh, it can cause paralysis. Did you did you say it was cancer and it was non-malignant? No, that can't be. Once again, you have to forgive me. My brain is not working on all cylinders. It's really not. I think and water. I think I need to do that. Yeah, it's non-cancerous if it is that. Yeah, yeah. The he goes to the Mayo Clinic every few months. Yeah. There is so much. There are so many people with so many different medical things going on, and certainly with the tumors. My friend Linda's very close friend is really suffering at this point. She's dealt with cancer for many, many years, and she's going through a really rough time now because it had come back and had come back in several places. So it's not good. So yeah, I wanted to tell you so many things, and I feel like I didn't sleep at all, and I mean I did sleep this morning, but not too much last night or the night before. I had sort of an upsetting discussion with a friend of mine, and a little bit of an argument that didn't work out too well. You wrenched your back again? Wonderful. Yeah, that's very exciting. I hope it's better. I would recommend the castor oil pack, or I would recommend I would recommend the extra virgin coconut oil. Both of them are very healing. So I think that's a good idea to try that. Can't hurt you. That's the best thing. Um, wow, this is so crazy. I feel like I'm drunk. I'm so tired. Yeah, do try it. You really may find it helps you a lot. I had a lot of pain in my leg the past couple of days. It was really hard for me to walk, and I didn't know why. When I fell weeks ago, I didn't even realize when I fell on the gate and broke it, that I have two scabs on my leg that are healing, but my leg is a little bit swollen, so maybe that's why it was bothering me. Also had a long walk to the theater because parking was very difficult. So I definitely want to go to theaters where the parking is easier. I look like I could doze off. Do I really? I'm so sorry. I had absolutely no intention of doing this, but I'm totally, wow, this is not good. I look great. Yeah, I'm having a bit of an interesting life at the moment. It's, yeah, there are stories I cannot tell. So, but it's interesting. So, um, I'm learning lots of new things as I get older. So you're never too old to learn, I guess, is what it's all about. I have to tell you, when I was cleaning up the living room today and I was getting rid of stuff, I came across, yes, yeah, I have, Lauren. I have. Not much, but I have. And it makes it difficult. So, yeah, OMG. Yeah, I probably got to bed about 2 o'clock in the morning. It was after 2 o'clock in the morning last night, and after sleeping very little the night before. I usually fall asleep with the television on, and I find that it helps me just having that sound going on in the background. It helps me to sleep. I'm saving it for when I write my book, right? I mean, some of it is really funny. I mean, if one has a good sense of humor, yeah. I mean, it definitely, yeah. There, there, there are great stories. The one thing that I find the most interesting for me about the whole experience of having started this dating life is that, you hear about all the crazy people or the people that have all kinds of issues. I have met some very nice people. Hi, Sheila. Yeah, you didn't really miss a whole heck of a lot. I'm kind of sluggish tonight, so you have to forgive me. I'm operating at a very slow speed tonight. But I did go to sleep, as I say, very late, and I was awakened by the phone ringing before 8 o'clock this morning, and I didn't answer it. I went back to sleep, and the phone rang again. Didn't answer it. Went back to sleep, and the phone rang again. Finally, after it rang about 5 or 6 times, same person calling, I said, makes no sense to go back to sleep because I'm not going to be able to fall asleep. So I finally got up, but it left me exhausted. I have to tell you, one of the other interesting things for me is that because we go places and we go have dinner out or we go to the movies or we do things, I'm talking to all kinds of strangers all the time and I'm loving it. I really am loving it. Just expanding the world a little bit. And my brother was saying it's so good to be engaged outside of yourself, to have a social life. And again, that goes back to everybody. Doesn't matter what your situation is, don't isolate yourself. And I know there are people at our stage in life who do that. And it really is not good because it can lead to depression, and depression just robs you of the days as they happen because you're kind of left in that awful place. And as I say, I'm so loving those motivational quotes that I'm doing. And I do them as much every day for myself as I do for anybody out there who might get benefit from it. Because I just find it starts my day right, it ends my day right, so it's all good. I'm going to try to start doing my meditations again on a regular basis. I used to do it for the longest time. I meditated every day, essentially, and it always left me feeling very centered and very comfortable in my skin. And it often led me to revelations about things because I was in a very comfortable place in which the thoughts that come to us every minute of every day were not there, so it let other things in. So I want to get back to doing that. And as I've told you before, I have a whole lot of streaming information. I know it's terrible when the phone wakes you up in the morning. And when people call crazy early, they should know better. But some people only think about their own feelings or their own needs or their own experience, whatever it is. If they have a need to talk or if they're feeling, some people get very antsy and don't know what to do with the feelings. You're heading to physical therapy? Yeah. I have to go back to the gym. I really miss it. I was going easily 3 times a week, and it was making a tremendous difference. But I am so grateful for the ability, up until the last 2 days, of walking down the stairs some of the time with one foot on each step. That's been really a gift for me. So I'm grateful for it. But the past 2 days, I've had a lot of pain in my leg. The weather has been not wonderful here. We've had some disgusting weather. And I must tell you, I absolutely hate when it's 7 o'clock. It is pitch dark here now. 7 o'clock, it was still light. I hate it. I feel like we're sliding into winter, and I hate it. When I saw Marla Robinson's video the other day, and they had all that snow in Boulder, I said, oh my God, winter is really coming. But she was saying it was 72 today, I think it was, and it had really turned around, so that's good. For those of you who live in parts of the world where you don't have that, it's a gift. Oh, you do love it? Well, but then again, you don't have horrible winters down there, Denise. Yeah. When you have back problems, anytime you do that, yeah, you don't, so it makes a big difference. Yeah. Are you thinking about North Carolina, Denise? Or was that just something you enjoyed visiting? No. Yeah. So you're going to stay where you are. Yeah. It's funny because David said to me when we had a talk recently, oh, okay. David said to me that one of the problems he thinks I have, it was 84 today. That sounds good to me. Yeah, that would work well for me. No, no question. David was saying that one of the problems that I have in his perception is that I focus so much on step 4, which is where I will go when I get out of the house, that I can't focus on step 1. So, yes, yeah. Well, that's nice to be able to do it. Yeah, and Central Florida, though, I people keep telling me Central Florida during the summer is just deadly because you don't have the ocean breezes and you have intense heat being right in the center of the state. So, and I mean, other people just tell me they can't tolerate the summer in Florida altogether. They just find it too oppressive. And again, I mean, yeah, you do. Okay. Well, um, I have to tell, it's too hot. Oh, I didn't know you were at 1,000 foot elevation. It's too muggy near the ocean? So it's not muggy where you are? Yeah, that's the whole thing. You're at a higher elevation? I didn't know that. I really didn't know that. Right, at the near the ocean you get the breeze. That's what people say. But again, I hear from so many people that the summer is just deadly in Florida and it's intolerable. I've been there during the summer on vacation, but it was only for a short period of time. You do get breezes. Yeah. I know that they used to not much mold. We had a lot of mold in the air the other day here, and my nose gets completely clogged when there's a lot of mold in the air. I'm allergic to it. So I just had a lot of trouble breathing the other morning. It was bad. But we don't have it typically. But when I was looking at real estate, live and air conditioning, no doubt about it. Yeah, the the places that I looked at had they used to be pet friendly, and there's actually a friend of mine in real estate down in Florida who specifically does pet friendly real estate. And she had a list of a lot of places that were supposedly pet friendly, but she did say that you need to check it all the time because they change the rules. And a lot of the places have changed it from being pet friendly to having no pets. So that's a whole big issue. You finally got rain yesterday? Oh, wow. The first time in 2 months we've had a lot of rain. We really have. I have to tell you, I'm just so grateful that I no longer have water in my basement due to that issue that I had. So I'm really happy that that has been resolved. Please, God, let it stay that way. And, so I can just continue doing what I'm doing. Really. You're allowed 2 pets there? See, the ones that I was looking at, they just had no pets where they used to have 2. And this friend of mine even said that there was one. You have to make sure your unit is clean and kept up, or you can get very sick if the humidity isn't out of the unit. Swell. Oh, that sounds very exciting too. It's like you can't win for losing. Interestingly, though, there were some places down there that were really not at all expensive. They had some 2 bedroom, 2 bath units. Cousin just sold a house in East Setauket. Oh, really? Oh, nice. That's true. That really is true. You'd rather sweat in Arizona? Yeah, a lot of people say that the dry heat is better, but it's so hot there. Yeah, I'm not sure where that part of California is. But I know, I mean, David says the weather is never a consideration for them. It's just not. I know they have their other issues, though. Oh, did it really? 113 degrees where? I know in Arizona, there were many days where it got up to 118 degrees or more. That is hot. I can't imagine being there no matter what. Yeah, my daughter-in-law, my ex-daughter-in-law, had put up something on social media this morning about that it's now hiking weather again there. Yeah, North Dakota. I can't imagine it. North Dakota is, was it North Dakota or South Dakota? I think it was North Dakota. That's where my Milo comes from. That's where he was bred. He was born there. I bet you did burn your feet trying to get into the pool. I cannot imagine that kind of intense heat. You know, it's funny. We very often talk about wanting to make changes in our lives or move someplace else or not liking to deal with the places that we've been in. Yeah, believe me, if I had the money, I would live in California too because my son is there. So that would be an easy choice for me. I would love it. Hi, Carla. Nice to see you here. I just think that, yeah, it would. I would love to live near him. I really would. I don't know if they sold the place. I have to check, but it was a possibility. So I don't know. Um, yeah, yeah, that sounds good. But I definitely, there's no question for me, with all of the issues that California has, and I certainly don't love the idea of earthquakes. I mean, the earth moving under your feet is not something that would make me feel comfortable. Mudslides and Active 55, yes, I know. And that's really important, being in a community where you have lots of things to do. So, Hawaii, yeah. Well, Hawaii's wonderful, but crazy expensive. It's just beautiful there. Yeah. I haven't seen it, Carla, but I will try to catch it. So, my apologies. I know they have fires, earthquakes, mudslides, and high taxes. Uh-huh. I couldn't believe the low taxes on some of those units in Florida. Fire insurance. Yeah. Who would even think of that? A cruise ship is cheaper than renting. Yeah. Actually, wasn't there an older woman who lived on a cruise ship? I think she did when she gave up her place. Yeah. Not not necessarily a stupid thing to do because as she said, you know, she was busy. They won't insure Florida if you need the water. 800 a week. 800 a week. Okay. Yeah. All food, maid service, a dot right. Exactly. You have all of that. They sell in days. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I have all these things floating in my head because I don't know where I'm going to wind up, and it is all very scary. I'm a person who hates change. I'm very resistant to change. Mind you, not that I'm happy living here anymore. I would love, on an intellectual level, I would love change. No flood insurance on in Lake County. Oldies cruising, right? Yeah. Yeah, I still think that commune is the best idea of all to be able to spend time with people you care about. It's really funny. Somebody else was talking on social media today about the relationships that we build with people on social media and how people in the real world always say that these relationships are not real, but how real they are actually, and how meaningful they can be in our lives and how much they can change our lives and make them better. Look at all the relationships that were forged here. It's great. You could live in Germany. Um, my brother was saying today, and he said it many times before, as I say, they go to Italy and they stay in the mountains there. They go every year, but he has, or Switzerland, he has said that he really wanted to retire in Italy. He said the beautiful thing about it, he said the life, and it's so alive, and the young people are out and they're doing things, and it's just he said it's very, very different. You want to live on a cruise. Yeah, Carol, it's not a terrible idea. But yeah, my brother was saying that over there, all the stuff that he came back to, and all the nonsense that we hear on a daily basis in any news media, he said it was just so different over there, and it's just not having to deal with all of that, and just to see people truly enjoying their lives at whatever stage of life they're at. He almost bought a place a number of years ago there, but did not. He was in Rome. He did go to Rome. They love Rome, but they don't stay. They stay. I don't know. I think they also stay on the Amalfi Coast. Is that? I don't remember. I'm tired. You have to forgive me. But yeah, I mean, they interact with all of the people who live there. They've been going there for so many years, and they go every year, so they see the same people a lot. And he said that the people, even the people in the restaurants there and the shops, treat them like family because they've been around. They also had told my brother that he has a really good command of the language. Denise is saying my grandparents came from Italy. Used to go every 2 years as a kid. Mountain Stone Street. That's what he was saying. Really? Yeah, he was talking about the cobblestone streets. And he was saying it got harder for him because he had that surgery on his vertebra a couple of years ago. So you would stay for 6 weeks. That's a long time. That's a long time, especially when you're young. Yeah, they usually just go for a few weeks now, but as I say, they go every year. And my other brother loved his visit this year. They go to Poland every year because his wife is from Poland. Really, washed clothes by hand. Yeah, yeah, I could see where it would. But my brother Steve was saying that they loved Vienna. They really did. And when they go to Poland, they go hiking. I'm so impressed with anybody who has the stamina to do that kind of thing. But my brother had also gone to Alaska this summer, and they went hiking in Alaska as well. So he loves that kind of stuff. I feel as if I lead such a boring life in comparison to theirs. And now with my nephew, my brother Marty's son he's a journalist and he's working for the New York Times. So he gets to interact with all these incredible stories all over. I know, Denise. Isn't that funny? Hiking, and Denise was saying she can barely walk. Me too. Me too. And my brother said that he finds it hard to walk sometimes. At the airport, he has to have a wheelchair to get through the airport. But he said he managed to walk a couple of miles on those cobblestone streets. I don't know how, because I have to tell you, on in the rare patches of street here where they have not cobblestones so much as even pavers or bricks, they do have some cobblestone streets, but not many. It's still really hard for me to walk. So anybody with any kind of limitation on their mobility, I imagine, would have a really hard time getting around, certainly on a regular basis. So, but again, I think it's wonderful for those people who can just pick up and go and enjoy all of that. So, yeah, I think my brother told me that my other brother said he already booked his vacation for next summer in Europe. So they just love to go. They really love to go, and I think it's great. It's great culturally. It's so, educational. All you mahjong ladies travel. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I have not done a whole lot of traveling. I've done, you're the poor virgin. That was Sandy saying that. Yes, I know it's very hilly in Italy. I mean, I remember watching when the Real Housewives of New Jersey took that trip and they were climbing up those hills to go visit. I could never do it. And these people do it routinely every day, going to the store and doing all the things that they do. I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it. Yeah, I know. There is a certain, I don't know, there's something, it's a little bit sometimes like watching a car, an accident or a train wreck, watching those Real Housewives shows. I don't watch it anywhere near as often as I used to, but I do see some of them. And I'm so horrified by those women by and large because I've never seen crazier people in my life than the people that they have on those shows. You can't even stub the grapes. Yeah, I couldn't do that either. Not that anybody would particularly want me to. Teresa. Yeah, I mean, just, I don't know. And they have physical fights with each other and they say the most god awful things to each other. And then 2 weeks later, they're friends again. I don't get it. I really don't get it. So, yeah, I'm not really that interested anymore. Did any of you watch Downton Abbey? I actually never watched the show when it was on, or I don't know if it's still on television. But after seeing the movie, I really wanted to. Aw, okay, take care, Ange. See you next time. I have size 9 feet. Are you talking about my feet or somebody else's feet? Because my feet are 9.5 or 10. I have very large feet. Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah. No, I definitely have large feet. I actually walk downstairs semi sideways sometimes because the steps are not as deep as my feet sometimes, depending upon whether it's an old structure. So that is my story. I think I'm going to end it just, I think I'm going to end it a little bit early tonight because I'm really tired. I didn't realize quite how tired I was, but I did a lot of work today, in fairness. So I'm going to show some pictures of the spaces. Oh, good for stopping. Exactly. Right. Yeah, those big feet. There were 5 seasons. You can find oh, good. Did you like it? Because I loved the movie. I really loved the movie. And I suspect I would like the show. I'm surprised at how many of these movies I have liked. The intro music. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can catch the reruns. I would like to do that. That's how I started to watch Grace and Frankie. When I watched it, I had I binge watched it. So I think I watched a couple of seasons all in 1 or 2 sittings, and I just fell in love with that show. I thought it was so funny and so well written and so well acted. I'm just surprised by the quality of the acting. I really am. And as I said to you, there is some crazy thing going on in my head. Yeah, yeah. They were saying it, yeah, talking about turning it into a convent, not a convent. No, that was my brother tonight. He was talking about where he stayed used to be a convent. You wear size 9 also? Son of a gun. Last Tango in Halifax? I don't know that. I really don't. There are no exciting movies right now. Do you? Son of a gun. So we are many of us of the big feet crowd. Yeah. It's interesting too. How do you like that? We all have big feet. Wow. Um, I'm finding lately that when I was going out and I was sourcing things, there were probably more shoes and boots in size 10 at 9 and 10 than anything else. I couldn't believe it. You have a big mouth. But we love you anyway, Denise. So that is all good. Oh, wow, you were an 11. They always had a limited supply locally in the size 11 shoes. I imagine that must be frustrating. So, yeah. Right now, I have to tell you, I was a real shoe aficionado. I mean, I loved shoes. And now I'm happy I can wear shoes. I live in these. I absolutely live in them because they're comfortable. I can wear them, and thank God so far they're really holding up pretty well. Aside from a tiny little bit of wear on the heels, there's no, which is good because I think I'm going to have to wear them for a long time. I have all those old heels. I put a lot of them on the store. They're so comfortable, Myra. I wish that store was still open. I would have bought more. But I do have them, thankfully, when they had a sale before they closed. I had gotten one in red, one in white, and one in black. So I'm really happy about that because it's like wearing a slipper, so it's good. It works out well. Okay, I am going to end it for tonight, and I am going to plan, I think, barring anything unforeseen, on being back on Wednesday. I might have to shift it a day, uh, back forward or back, but I will let you know if I do. And so I'll see you then and see what else is going on at that point. Take care, everybody. I'm glad you came. I'm sorry I was a little bit of a zombie tonight. Take care, Rosanna. Have a good night. Sandy, night. Have a great night. And I will see you all soon. I still have to get that stupid video up, but I told you my computer is not recognizing my phone, so it's not letting me upload. I have a few videos to upload. It's not letting me upload anything. So it is what it is. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry that you came so late. How's Lance doing? Oh, Sheila, take care. Yes. Yes. How is he doing? I don't want to end this until we get a little bit of an update if you can do it. Has he gone to the other hospital yet? No, I don't. I don't know if you're trying to write or if you're not seeing it. They leave tomorrow. Yeah, and MD Anderson is wonderful. It's one of the top hospitals for cancer. So he's definitely going to be in good hands there. And I know you'll keep us updated. So prayers are continuing for the whole family, Mary. And I'll update as I hear anything for the group. Okay, once again, on that note, everybody, take care. Have a great rest of the night. Have a wonderful next couple of days. And he has appointments through Friday. Okay. All right. I'll see you, as I say, Wednesday, or if I have to shift it to Tuesday or Thursday, I'll let you know. Take care, everybody. Good night. Love you.